Hey guys, welcome back to our Dad Pod talk about everyday parenting and the troubles and crap moments that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Again, our buddy here, Perry, is joining us, and we're going to be shooting the shit and just talking about normal things that happen. And one of the common things that did pop up just recently is Perry. He has two beautiful girls. Myself, I have two girls as well. And a common question, from everyone, whether it be parents, whether it be parents that already have kids, new parents, or just people who are about to have a kid. When are you going to have a third?
Yeah, that's a question I get pretty much all the time when I'm meeting new people, like, especially other parents. Like they first the question is like, oh, you have kids? How many kids do you have? Like, oh, two. I got two girls. Like, and then immediately after that is, you guys gonna try for a third kid? You want to get that boy? And I was just like, it's not a damn supermarket. I can't go in there and just pick what I want, like, okay, I'll get a boy this year, like,
Yeah.
So, but me and Sophia are on the same page about having a third kid in general, like boy or girl, like it'd be nice if like we had a boy too, but the way I think about it, and normally people back off once I tell them this, is that like, look, I have two smart, beautiful girls, healthy. I'm very lucky right now. I'm really fortunate, and I don't need anymore. I'm very content with what I have. Do I want a boy? Like, yeah, it'd be nice to have a boy, but like I feel very fortunate already. And then it goes on to like like if they try to pry more about it to me. Like it goes more towards like my response is, well, look, I can't control what's going to happen with this third baby, and I'm not getting any younger. Neither is my wife. Don't tell her. But, but, but like, like anything can happen, right? So I'm not a gambling man in this sorts for this type of thing. So I'm good with what I have, and I'm very happy. So yeah, that's my typical response.
Yeah, I think our general response is pretty much the same. Obviously, obviously before a few years back, obviously when we were younger, again, it's always depending on the question of, okay, yeah, great, we would like to have a boy, just like you. But at the same time, it's like, man, to kind of have a reminder of all the different things that we had to go through when, having a kid, right? Because obviously people think about all the cuteness and, all the baby smells and the coos and everything, but man, dude, it's just, the whole process is very difficult, not to mention on a marriage, on two people, but also on, our wives, because they have to go through all that stuff. Think about it. Morning sickness, dietary restrictions. They can't drink. If they do drink, they can't do everything that they want, especially if they're like exercising a lot and everything. And you have to take a lot of those things into consideration. And for us, I'm not gonna lie, we were trying, right? But obviously there were points in time where we did, and obviously first time's not the charm, and we're like thinking, okay, well, do we continue? We did, but obviously an untimely passing of Luann's mom kind of put the kibosh on that, because look, when you have kids, you need to get help. I know if you don't have a stay-at-home mom, both parents working, you need help. There's daycares are great, but at the same time, for a newborn, would you want someone who's maybe not family take care of your kid without knowing all the ins and outs of what the baby needs and everything like that, right? So those are other things too. And obviously there's always going to be the financial aspect of it, with regards to raising a kid, especially here in the Bay Area, right? Where things are astronomically priced in terms of, cost of living, housing, food, everything really, and I think we would probably doing ourselves a disservice if we're not really being cognizant of those things, so
yeah, absolutely right. I mean, dude, it's hella work. It's hard work, like probably the hardest thing to do in my life is to raise children, and it's ongoing, and I know you know this. And so adding another, tacking that on to what little time we have already is like inviting, like inviting an extra guest to a room that's only max at 4, you know, and you're inviting a 5th guest in, it's going to be, you can do it, but it's going to be tough, you know?
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
very little room for error. Yeah.
there is very little room for error, because now it's essentially, you know, you would think, yeah, it's kind of like riding a bike, right? Where if you haven't ridden for a while, hop back on, no problem. You know, you learn how to pedal, learn how to balance, learn how to avoid obstacles, turn, and everything like that. Man, having another kid, it's another ball game, right? Because see, here's the thing, right? What people, I mean, may or may not realize, but what I always think about when people ask me that is, do you realize that you have to raise another independent individual? You have to raise them correctly. Are you going to be able to give them enough attention? Are you going to be able to teach them correctly, educate them, give them right food? Are you going to have enough financial support to actually be able to do the things that you want to do with your kid? And not to mention, do I need a bigger car? Holy crap, I need another car seat. I need all these things. It's like the amount of stress that you get from like really kind of thinking about the logistics of everything. It's kind of mind-boggling, you know. And you know, this is no shot to anyone, you know, planning to have a kid, already in the process of having a kid, or even like onto their second or third. This is not a knock. This is just a personal preference, because look, bottom line, if you're, especially here in the Bay Area, if you have 2 people working, the amount of childcare costs, like think about it, on average is like, for daycare, childcare is what, like $1,500. Times 3, that's almost $5,000 a month. Like, yeah. And that's average, right? And obviously it could be cheaper, it could be more expensive, but you know, it's just, I don't know, just, that's a mortgage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we both are on the same page with this, and I assume, you know, like both our wives are on the same page with this, which is why it's okay for us to be like openly, hey, you know, like, well, you know, I don't know if you guys are still trying. If you guys are, that's fine too. But for me and Sophia, like, we know we're done. You know, we're done. So, and it's because of all those reasons. You know, like exactly because of all those reasons. Like we know how hard it's going to be on her body and everything like that. We know how hard it's going to be with like that tension with all the kids. You know, how hard it's going to be with going back to changing diapers. I mean, like I have a 7 and upcoming 4-year-old, right? It's been years since I've changed a diaper. I mean, it's not like I don't know how to do it, but it's just like, you know, like that, and like the whole, you know, feeding every 2 hours thing. It's about like, I don't know anyone that thoroughly enjoys, oh, I gotta wake up every 2 hours to feed my kid and burp them. I love this part.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a parental hazing part. People gotta do it because so the kid don't die.
Right. No, exactly. And you know, another thing to kind of think about as well, like I've always kind of thought about this, right? Where, you know, you're younger, you know, we had kids almost about the same age, right? Like early 30s. Now we're what? I don't care. I'm 37, turning 38, and the amount of energy that I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm getting stressed out just with any possibility of having another kid. I'm like, I am so stressed out already. I'm tired just thinking about it, right? Because as of right now, right, yeah, we have kids that are, you know, in elementary school or maybe going into elementary school soon. It's like, hey, it's easy now. It's actually not that bad. They go to sleep on their own. They don't wake up in the middle of the night. Yeah, they're gonna need things here and there, you know, but do I want to put myself through that? Am I being selfish, right? But then also, you have to think about it, right? Right now, the ratio is perfect, right? It's a 1-to-1, 1 parent to 1 child. For dang sure, you're gonna have a kid who's gonna have the middle child syndrome, the youngest child syndrome, whatever the case may be. So, yep. I don't know. Maybe we're just complaining. Maybe it's not as difficult as we make it out to be. But at the same time, like, hey man, that's a quality of life issue for the little kid, right? Because we put in, like, so think about it, right? So first kid, you put in so much effort, so much attention and everything, right?
Yep.
They're good. Second kid comes, maybe it's a little less. Hey, let's have the first kid watch the second kid. Now it's like you have a third one. It's like, all right, are we back to square one, right? Because the other 2 can take care of themselves, and now we put all of our energy into the third one. The middle one gets kind of shafted. So, it's a balance, right?
I mean, it is all that. I mean, the thing is, I think the most important part is just like, we make a conscious decision, not to go like through with this, right? Like if we decide, and if you guys decide that you want to have a third or fourth kid, so be it. That's on you. As long as you guys are in agreement with each other, then that's fine. We're not dogging that,
No.
but it's our personal choice to to not have a third kid, and we're okay with it. Everyone's okay with it, and I think about that too, like what if accident, we get pregnant, we'll have that kid.
Yeah.
If she gets pregnant, we'll have that kid, but we're gonna, for now, and this is the game plan, is we're gonna try not to have a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No,
and you mentioned something, sorry, one more thing, you mentioned something before, like it'd be unfair for that kid, like to come in this world and then like not have like the parents feel like do the best of their ability to take care of that kid just as equally as the other kids. I mean, we're gonna try to make it work out, but your time and your energy is limited as a parent. And so already spread thin enough, like why add that extra added
no, it's true, right? And just to add to that point, I mean, think about it, we're both working parents, right? And I mean, honestly, hey, say we came upon a windfall and we had all the money, we didn't have to worry about working, just had to worry about taking care of the kids and everything. Again, I'm not knocking anyone where this scenario actually did happen, but I'm just saying, if I didn't have to worry about work, I think my mindset mentally would probably more geared towards, yeah, sure, why not, let's have another kid, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that we had to essentially divvy up our time, right? And think about it, with this 24 hours in the day, but how many hours of those days of the day are we actually productive, right? And actually doing something that's meaningful? I would say maybe 16 hours, right? And of those 16 hours, 8 of it is working. So you have roughly about 8 hours in between, coupled with feeding, teaching, schoolwork, cleaning, everything. Again, like I said, it sounds like we're complaining, but the bottom line is, where does that leave any time to develop those kind of relations with that child, or even any of your children for that matter? Like, I'm already struggling enough as it is with just my 2 kids.
I mean,
right?
Dude, time is scarce, energy is scarce. Like, I don't care at what age, I'm actually, I feel physically I'm in the best shape that I've been all my life. But with that said, even with that, I still wouldn't choose to have a third kid, just because I know that it's going to take a crazy amount of time and energy that I can't afford to expel right now. And that may be selfish, or maybe it'd be selfish of both me and Sophia, but you know what, like, that we realize that's what we know is what it's going to take.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're being honest with yourself, to be quite honest, right? And like, again, just so everyone knows, right? These are our opinions. This is what we feel, right? Because I get it. There's some people or some couples that decide not to have kids. I get it, because they probably see all these other kids and they're like, all right, well, that's my form of birth control right there. I'm good. Again, we're not knocking it. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's a personal preference, like how you want to live your life, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's really what it is that we're doing right now, right? You're born, you grow up, you go to school, get a job, get married, have kids. Same thing happens with those kids, right? So that's just the cycle that we all go through as human beings, right? You can choose to disrupt that cycle, or kind of mold into it, right? But bottom line, I think I think we've pretty much said our piece in terms of how we feel about it. But for every new parent, or every parent who is about to have another kid, hey, it's a blessing. You guys are troopers. You guys are freaking heroes. And best of luck to all of you guys.
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to have a kid, go and have a kid. If you don't, then no. Simple as that, But be on the same page with your spouse, or whoever you're gonna have a kid with, and I think that's the most important thing. And realize, like, hey, it's gonna be a lot of hard work, but if you warrant that hard work and you want to get to it, then that's fine. Like, I know, me and Sophia, we both spoke when we were dating that we wanted to have 2 kids, max. So we're there. We hit our goal. So we're happy. Yeah, but and then one other thing we talked about, you know, jokingly, of course, I'm like, what if if we have a third kid, what if this third kid is a fucking asshole, and then makes our other kids become assholes to that kid, and you know, or assholes to us? It's like, okay, well, shoot, you know. And
Hey, that is real talk right there.
that is worst case scenario type stuff.
Yeah, real gets real, for sure.
Yep.
But like I said, you know, I think it's all personal preference. You live your life the way you want to live it, and don't let anyone make you feel less for making the decisions that you do, because ultimately they're not you, they're not in your shoes. And hey, you know what? You only have one life to live, so enjoy it to the best of your ability.
Yeah, if you want that family, go for it. If you don't, hop on here with us.
Yeah, for sure.
Just kidding.
Hey, we'll
We love our kids.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, take it easy. I know it's not a good time for going out and everything like that, but you know what? Stay safe, and
Yeah.
got you in the next one.
Make those coronios.
Coronials. Peace.
Later.
Have a good one, yo. Bye.